Hello everybody, this is Henry Lee from blueheronarts.com. Today I'm going to introduce how to make ink from traditional Inkstone and Inkstick. For thousands of years, Chinese artists have produced ink from the Inkstick and Inkstone. First, let's take a look at the Inkstick. The Inkstick is made of a soot of burning oil. In this particular one, it's made of the thorn tree oil. On the end of the Inkstick, it marked, it says Tone Oil 101. This is the top grade according to the Chinese national standard. Top grade Inkstick. And you can see it's a solid ink cake, so to speak, made of soot, incense, and binding glue. To use that, we need another utensil. It's called Inkstone. It's made of a natural rock. Commonly, it's a round-shaped, come with a lid. Inside, you can see the surface for grinding ink. Here is an old picture taken in the early 80s. This is me standing behind my teacher, Master Zhang Zhenying, in Nanjing, China. I was grinding ink for my teacher. This is the first thing I learned from my teacher, and traditionally, grinding ink is the first step before you start painting. You might think it's too troublesome to make ink since we have bottled ink today. However, in traditional Chinese brush painting art, the grinding ink is a ritual to start with. It's a period of meditation to calm down your mind and start think of the painting you're going to do, the subject matter or the composition in your mind. Today I'm going to ask my daughter Amy to do a demo. Now, first we need to put some clean water onto the Inkstone. Okay. Depends on how much ink you need. You don't want to produce too much. So you can always grind more whenever you need. It's pretty fast. Now you can start, Amy. You can take a look at this used Inkstone. I've been using this for more than 20 years. A good Inkstick can last for a lifetime. Here's a tip. You can use a piece of aluminum foil to wrap the body of the Inkstone like this, so you can protect it from water. Don't get it wet. You should use a paper towel to dry it if you got water on the body of the Inkstick. To keep it dry is very important. You only use the end of the Inkstone to grind. Yes, that's the surface you use. Okay, now you can start. You press the Inkstick against the stone and start to make circular movement. A little faster, Amy. Yeah. So you make a circular movement like this in one direction. Just keep doing this. You see the water becomes black instantly, right? You don't want to use half-made ink, the gray one. If you need a gray tone of ink, you need to dilute it from dark ink. So you always make very dark ink. I'll show you later when it's ready. Another tip I learned from my teacher, Master Zhang, is that you can use some bottled ink to mix with clean water to reduce the time of grinding ink and to make a very sticky ink, dark ink, as if the other ink is made from clean water. Well, Amy, do you want to add a little ink to the? Yeah. By the way, usually you don't let the ink stick stay in the Inkstone like that. It will become permanent to stick to the stone if you do that. But just for a few seconds is fine. Don't soak the ink stick in the water like that. When you finish grinding, you should always dry the ink stick and store it in a box. It's almost ready. You can see when the ink is ready, you will see the trail that shows the bottom of the Inkstone when it's become thick. After you grind for 1.5 minutes, you can start test the ink to see if it's ready. You can see it's not ready. It's not dark enough and turned to smear. So you need to keep grinding for another 1.5 minutes. After you finish grinding the ink, do not leave the ink stick in the Inkstone. Remove it instantly and dry it with a piece of paper towel before you store it in the box. Now we can test the ink. You soak the brush in water first. She already did that. Now load the ink, the black ink, and just do a piece of rock or something. Good. You can see if the ink is well made, it doesn't smear if it's pure black, right? If it's half made, it will smear. So if you need a gray tone, you dilute it with water, but do not use halfway ink. Now let me show you how to do the rock. The rock is not just one face, but 3 dimensions, like this. So in Chinese Taoist thinking, everything, including the rock, has its own spirit. So you can consider the rock has a face, like a people. You can build on the rock to make a mountain. Oops, time's up. Thank you for watching. Until next time, goodbye.